Good evening. Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, graduates, academic staff, family and friends. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. Well, it's been quite a long evening. I thought my speech was going to be quite long, but I suppose when you put it in comparison, perhaps not. I think actually I'll tell a short story I wasn't going to tell, but I feel like I have time to. I'm graduating with a Bachelor of Design Innovation, and I suppose we have a reputation for being innovators, of course. And a short story, when I was going up to get my academic dress, we had an application form, and I was asking for some rough sizes and things, and I wasn't entirely sure of all of them. And the hat size, I don't often measure my head, so I wasn't exactly sure. But a sign of innovation we have at Victoria University, I knew the exact dimensions of an A4 sheet of paper. So I knew it was 29.7 centimetres long, and given that it fitted around my head twice, my head must be about 60 centimetres in diameter. My hat is 58 centimetres, so I think that's maybe deserves a round of applause. But into my speech. Graduates, congratulations. We've all taken different paths to reach this ceremony. We've come from different faculties, studied part-time and full-time. We're of different ages and have come to Victoria University of Wellington from all around the world. And this evening we can celebrate on common ground our graduation. Congratulations. It is also a time to thank those that have taught us and supported us. Thank you. Thank you not only for informative and inspiring courses, but for the times when you extended in hand-in dates because you realised, in fact, the whole class was behind, not just myself. And for when I was no longer a student of yours, but you always took your time to help me anyhow. For that, I am most grateful. Thank you to parents, family, and friends whose support can too often go unnoticed. I would personally like to thank Mark and Lorraine, my father and mother, and to my stepmum Waiku, who in each have supported me in their own way. Till this afternoon, I had written a speech, one that was fine, but given the prestigious opportunity, I didn't really want a speech that was exactly just fine. I thought I had to have a message I really wanted to put forward. So after the graduation parade today, I took time to revise what I wanted to say so I could put forward a speech that would be appropriate for us going into new horizons and moving forward. A few years ago, I watched a video of a speech of Steve Jobs, the late Apple CEO, who was giving a speech to Stanford University graduates. Within that speech was a message I admired. It was a quote he had taken from the final print of the Whole Earth catalogue, something perhaps older generations might be familiar with. I hadn't heard of it myself. On the back cover was a quote, "Stay hungry, stay foolish." It sounds like a horrible sentiment to suggest if you look at it on surface value. But as you begin to break it into its parts, it's really quite interesting. Stay hungry. Always strive towards new horizons and new challenges. Beware of contentedness. A statistic I find amusing and also alarming is that of the two most dangerous years of your life. They are a person's first year of life, as there is a relatively high rate of infant mortality, and more interestingly, the year following retirement. Good luck. No, sorry, that was a bad joke. But statistically, these 2 years are the most likely times for you to die. So, making the assumption there is no drastic drop in a person's access to basic needs after retirement, it must be deduced that a loss of purpose is not only unfulfilling, but can perhaps be dangerous to one's health. But need not fear, once the year is over, you're safe. Secondly, stay foolish. Don't be afraid to be wrong and to make mistakes. If you're not extending yourself out to a position where you could make a mistake or fail, then perhaps you are not really doing anything new. In this situation, it can be reassuring to think of a child learning to walk. As they begin, they fall nearly every step, struggling even to stand. But they do not then stop and declare, sitting's good, just sit for the rest of my life. No, they go forward, they fall again, and eventually they string their steps together and walk. A time of victory, much as this graduation is for all of us. Then, for most children, the curiosity of running takes hold. A fortnight ago, my next challenge was presented to me, and I'd be foolish to deny it. I've begun talking with someone I am yet to meet. He owns a yacht and needs a crew to help him sail from New Zealand to the Philippines in April next year. I've never sailed a boat before, nor have I left New Zealand, so I'll have to keep thinking very foolish thoughts. For whatever you may have in store ahead of you, I wish it to be challenging and exciting. Stay hungry, stay foolish. Thank you very much.